Peace and blessings, everyone. Yesterday, I made another trip up to Hollywood Land, LA. Went to Burbank, and was outside Warner Brothers studio. It was all right. Didn't have any threats of police being called this time, and I was actually up there, basically picketing with the writers that are on strike up there. So it was all right. Didn't run into anyone this time. Didn't really see anyone. Although I'm quite certain that I saw Chris Brown drive by. I have to tell my daughter, my oldest daughter, she's in love with Chris Brown, so I have to share that with her. So that was all right. But what I want to do is I want to share with you exactly how my brain works and how it ticks. Just going with you from my trip up there, my ride up there, and just like I said, how my brain just goes, just thinks of things, and which is a real reason why I started my company, why I'm trying to get this company grown, and it's more so just to get out my many ideas than anything else. It's not for making money. It's just to get my ideas out. I just had these things just go through my head, through, and I want to get them out. I want to explore them, see if they're valid, and if so, get them out. I believe I have some ideas. Well, I know because I've seen many things. It's unbelievable the things I've seen over years that I thought of, and then years later I've seen, a company has made it, a company has come out with whatnot. So I know I have something going on there. And like I said, so the company is, I'll be the brain trust, if you will, of the company. There's a guy who leads the company, who comes with ideas, who makes the game plan of how things are ran. So we come with ideas, then we gotta have, and that's why I need good people, smart people. I know I need help. I need people there who can explore the validity of my ideas, the research and development, like I said, to see if it's valid, and then if so, the best way to go about it, and then executing well on getting it done. I know those things are needed in having a good business. All right. So, like I said, so it starts with what I'm going over the 91, getting onto the 91 off the 15. For those of you out here in Southern California, you know the 91 and the 15. But they're major freeways, and 91 is one of the worst backed up freeways there is down here. So coming out the 15, you go over this bridge or whatever, not a bridge, but you know how a freeway can lift up to a highway and it goes over to go to to connect to 91. And so a thought came in my head as I was driving over it, and I flashed back to last week when I went, and it took several minutes to get over that, to get all the way around that. So that tells you how the traffic is slow, because it was slowly going. Well, when I got on it yesterday, it seemed like I got on there a little bit quicker. All right, I was moving a little bit faster, and so the idea jumped in my head of what could I tell you? How could that be used to get a sense of traffic movement? If there was a sensor put at the beginning of when you get onto the ramp, and a sensor at the end, and it kept track of the amount of time it took to get from beginning to end, then to me it tells you something. And I wonder if that might be a posting of, the time to get over the 91 interchange takes such and such. Either 2 minutes, 15 seconds, or a minute and a half, whatnot. Like I said, it seems like there's some data there to be used to get an idea of how traffic is going. And then I thought about how could that be used by these navigation systems, like the Garmin and whatnot. And if it's interlinked, then if you had things like that on a freeway, because usually when you use Garmin, it is Garmin, right? You know, you put in your destination and it gives you an estimated amount of time it's going to take to get there. And it actually adjusts, and I guess it might depend on which system you have. It adjusts the time depending on how fast you're going. So somehow it knows your speed, it knows how fast, how slow you're traveling, and it adjusts the time, the estimated time of arrival accordingly. Excuse me. So if it was linked up with that, then when it sensed that it was taking a long time to get to a certain point, and maybe longer than it would take from taking a different route to get there, then it will automatically reroute you during travel. You know what I'm saying? So I might know, hey, this traffic is backed up and it's jammed. There's this other route. It might be longer in distance, but it's quicker in time because of less traffic. All right. Another thing about the freeways, I've always, well, not always, for several years I envisioned, I just thought there need to be more signage when you're getting onto internet, when you're interchanging freeways. More signage to let you know what other freeways interchange. And especially if you're up in an area where you're not familiar with, you're trying to find a certain freeway and you're looking and you might get a little bit lost, or just you might have been somewhere a couple of times and you have a set way you go, but not being aware of another way, or where one freeway connects to another freeway, because all these you have all these internet freeway interchanges, but you're not really familiar how they go. So to me, when you're getting on a major freeway and you're in an interchange, there should be like a big, the freeway signs in a show, like when you get on 1591, that the 91 connects to the 5 later on down the road, or the 55 or the 60 or whatever. And so you can have an idea, you can see it, and it has to be large. And say, oh, I can actually get off and go here and get to the freeway I want, or whatnot. Hope you can get an idea of what I'm saying. So it just shows the freeway interchanges where you'll meet on down the road, miles down the road, what freeways it connects with, and it let you know if you're going the right way or if you can go a different way to get to the freeway you want. Excuse me. And a lot of these I wish I could get made up, created, but it takes money. Like I could have someone curate that look. I could probably take a picture of the freeway and have someone create a sign, a freeway sign, and impose it on a picture to get the look I'm talking about. But it takes money. Another idea. Traffic. I always wondered, in dealing with traffic congestion, if we might want to adopt rules such as that on a 4-lane highway, freeway, the further the passing lane, the fast lane, if we had that as there's actually a minimum miles per hour you can drive, not a maximum, a minimum. If you say that the minimum, the slowest you can drive is 85. So you have to be driving at least 85 miles per hour to be in that fast lane. So you're flying, right? And then you move over. The next one is, say, 75, minimum 75. Then you go over again to the next lane, third lane. Maybe that drops down to 65 or 55. And then over to the last one, it drops down to a maximum. So the fast speed is the 70, something like that. And that traffic law it's a law that if someone comes up behind you and they flash their lights, or if you just see them coming, you have to move over to your right. Right? You have to. It's a law. You have to move over to your right instead of being there being a jerk, like we see many times in the freeways. I'm just sit here and you come up and somebody comes up behind you. I mean, why? You want to drive your speed, and you're like, well, oh well, you need to slow down or whatever. Get over, and let them go by. It says so. Somebody comes behind you, you have to move over, and it keeps going. The slower you go, till you get over to the slow lane. Everybody's on to the slow lane, and you got traffic going. Now, it's an idea, and I know there are ways to come up with a program to test this theory. I don't know if it's been done before. I don't know what all tests have been done to try to ease traffic congestion. But as part of my company, I would do tests on that. I would have the programmers that come in, whoever needs to come in, freeway technicians or whatever, and we'd crunch the numbers. It would be done. I guess in a way, and that's another way I envision the company, CDB Holdings, is I don't know what that would be called, but of course that would mean that we would create a concept of something. It's another word I'm trying to think of, and we could give that to, we're giving that to what was it? I guess I hear Caltrans, California Transportation, people who are in charge of freeways. We have this idea. We've done the it's not prototyping, the testing, and this is what our numbers come up with, and we believe this will be beneficial. So here you go. We can license it to you or sell your idea or whatever. Okay. Another idea. I'm saying my brain is going. I was thinking another way to deal with the traffic congestion, and this I was watching this show. It was like a show on National Geographic or something. It was about these ants over in Africa, and these ants are they're killer ants. I mean, they plow through. Excuse me. For one, they're blind, but they're enormous, and they just plow through whatever they're trying to get. All right, they just go over livestock, just kill everything. They're pretty cool and unique. And I don't want to go through the whole story of, what many things they did. But when they moved and there was millions of them going, you see they just move. It's just one flow, constant flow, no traffic jam, just a flow. And I was like, man, how they just move like that? Just all as one move like that. We have all this problem with traffic. And then as I was really looking, it's because they go over each other. They just move, and then if necessary, they just crawl over each other and just keep going and going. So what does that mean? Well, we have to have some cars that can roll over each other. Vehicles that are able to have wheels on, bottom, the top, side, and you just roll over each other. Going through traffic, you just roll. That takes a lot of investment, but hey, for one, I want to get rid of money. So once you gotta get the money aspect out of it, there's many things that we can accomplish and create. If it's not an issue of money, then it's just done, and we can create great things. We aren't held back by fiscal responsibility and all that other nonsense. All right. What else? Listen to radio. And this was listen to the radio, and something came on about something happened about a cell phone, and so somehow I started thinking about if you could use your cell phone. For one, is if you could use your cell phone, and I meant to look up his name before I started this. What's his name? I'm gonna get totally wrong. Sergio. It was a guy, and Steve Martin actually made a movie. The guy, the big nose, who does the talking for other guy, who says, the poetic words, because he doesn't know what to say to the girl, so he gives them the words to say, and you know what I'm talking about. But I was thinking, could you do that? Have a phone service where you do that, where you can call up. And nowadays, and eventually, within the next year or so, because it's gonna be a law, everybody's gonna have this Bluetooth or something. You could call a number, and you have a guy in your ear, and you try to talk to a girl. and the guy's in there feeding your lines to talk to a girl. You know, you don't got no game, and you got this guy in the ear telling you what to say. I think it's funny, it's crazy, but somebody might try to make a business out of it. Maybe it's something there, you know. I can't, Sergio, it's D.O.G.S. I'm messing all it up. But like I said, I think you know what I'm talking about. And I'll look it up and put his name down there as a comment. Another thing, phone. Still, and usually this goes with one thing just leads to another. It just starts going. One thing about the phones, especially the phones that are web enabled today, it's still not up to par. You know, it's still hard to surf the internet on your phone because there aren't many sites that are set up to allow you to get on there. You know, basically it's always because of the picture. It's just too data heavy. Well, for me, you know, what is the most useful function of a phone? Well, it's listening and talking. So, to me, when you go to a website, it shouldn't be that you're trying to surf it or looking at it, or maybe get rid of all the pictures, but you should be able to listen to it. So if you go to yahoo.mobi, which is a phone, which is an extension that is supposed to be used for mobile applications. I'm not sure how many companies are really using now, but it's out there. But you go to www.yahoo.mobi, which is MOBI, and you should be able to hear categories, top stories, Yahoo Finance, and you can hear it. And of course, his voice activation is, do you want to hear more? Then you say yes, and then you can hear the top stories, and you can go back and say what top story you want to hear more about, and get the whole column of the story. Things of that nature. It should be voice and hearing. I mean, that's what the phone is. Its best asset. So it should be all this. Go to Google.mobi. Want to do a search on this. Top 10 search choices. If you want to hear top 10, or you want to hear the what is it? Those who pay. I can't think of the word. Those who pay to get their search results up there. You can pick which one, and you can listen. All right. Maybe even if you're looking for a company, you can get directly connected to the company to get information from, or get directions, or whatever it is. Things of that nature for directions. So that's all I think that should be done. So that's available. I mean, that's open. No one's really doing that yet. So that's to me, that's very viable. Mobile extensions, the company that sets up that gets all that done for big companies. How much time is that here? I'm going 18, 5 gigs. All right, let's go a couple more minutes. Don't want to. Been 18 minutes already. Where'd I go from there? There was more that was going because what else to think about? I don't know. Maybe there was more, but I can't remember right now. Maybe that's enough. But like I said, I just want to share with you how my brain works and what happens in this crazy thing up here of mine. Right? Plus, another thing is, I told you I want to start sharing with you the ideas that come from CDB Holdings. So this is just a little bit of something. I want to make a video and share with you just more ideas, and especially a lot of a few of my movie ideas. Excuse me. I guess it will be a lot, because I got several I want to share with you, because I want these movie companies to know that I believe I have some ideas. All right, like I said, I believe I have some ideas that can make money. I believe that. That's it. God bless. Peace and love. Oh, I remember one more thing about the cell phone. I believe, because it started with, I was thinking of being able to call and set a reminder, having a callback. I don't know if I might have heard, it might be something available right now, but being able to call somewhere and set up a callback, or a wake-up call, right? And so it evolved into being able to just call and set dates or reminders for anything, call number, to set a reminder for 3 months down the line of appointment you have. You set it, and then 3 months down the line, you get a phone call. Hey, remember, you have this to do. And that was it. And there's actually something else. But I'm going to stop. Alright, I lied. I'm back. One more thing. I can't help it. It just keeps coming. So I just want to share with you how it works. Stand with the cell phones. We haven't really had party lines yet for mobile carriers. Party line, being able to call and just just being able to connect and chat. It's like you do on the internet, but on the phone. You can just have multiple people on the phone and just, like say, a party line. Have up 10 of your friends connecting. You talking all at once, or like it's a message chat board, and just have a group of people on the phone talking about religion. You know, a group of people like the Yahoo groups work and all that, and everybody's on there. And you have all these people on the phone trying to chat, and sometimes be work out because everybody be trying to talk over everyone. But I think there's something there, and oh man, there was something else too. See, I don't want to stop because I'm gonna come back. Chatting, everybody on the phone, being on the phone. It's leaving me. It was there. Chat line. Bye, y'all.